All right. Episode number 8 of the PIDCAST. It's hard to believe it's already been that long, but believe it or not, we are now on episode number 8. I'm going to take my glasses off for this one because I have come to absolutely hate the glare. So we'll go ahead and take those off and get my hair out of my face a little bit so I can actually, get the little frillies and shit up in your mouth, and it's not a good time. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 8th episode of the weekly PIDCAST, episode number 8 of 10 episodes we will do in this season, concluding May 26th. May 26th, we will have the entire band on the PIDCAST to talk about the new record. 2 days before the record comes out, we'll be doing, all sorts of cool stuff, maybe even a merch giveaway. We're not quite sure yet, but believe it or not, May 26th, we will be here with the entire band to talk about our new record, our new EP Glow, which is coming out May 28th. Super excited for that. So keep your eyes peeled right here to the Paco's Desperate page for any and all information related in the next couple weeks to our new EP Glow, including, am I supposed to talk about it yet? I'm not sure. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'll just hold off on that and give you guys a little bit of a teaser. You know what I mean? A little bit of hype, like, maybe, just maybe, there's something interesting coming very soon. We'll find out. So keep your eyes and ears peeled to the Paco is Desperate page, as well as Paco's Desperate on Instagram, Twitter, and all social media channels. You can find us on YouTube, youtube.com/c/Paco is Desperate. That's us. You'll find us right there, and you'll find archived videos and replays of the PIDCAST on our YouTube channel exclusively. You'll get to hear interviews with legendary, awesome musicians like Taylor Eby from Handguns, all the way to upcoming and rising artists from the pop punk and West Virginia, Ohio DIY, Ohio Valley DIY scene like Gage Voda. So all sorts of interesting perspectives and interviews available here only on the PIDCAST. You're only getting this kind of content here, right here, every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. on the dot. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we talked a little bit about May 26th. And we will talk a little bit about next week, which I'm actually super excited to kind of. Oh, there's a little secret. We have a really neat guest next week. I'm super excited to talk to Ben Vasco from Adoremus, who actually also filmed our new music video, which, sheesh, I'm gonna get myself into trouble with how much I'm talking about things. I know. Okay, so I won't go into too much more detail, but next week, Ben Vasco from Adoremus will join us live right here, 10 p.m. on the dot, as always, for the PIDCAST, which you can find us right here on Facebook every Wednesday for the PIDCAST. And Ben Vasco from Adoremus, and who also filmed our new music video, will be with us next week. Super duper excited for that. Don't mind me. I'm just going to go ahead and share the live feed real quick to a couple pages and a couple, get all that goodness out there into my group chats and my various pages and groups and all that good stuff. We'll get that shared, and that way we can get the feed out to as many people as possible, so we can make sure we have as many viewers as we possibly can tonight. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and we have Cole and Colin. Cole, obviously our lead guitar player, one of my best friends in the world, and one of the longest reigning members of Paco, aside from myself. I'll go ahead and let him on the Zoom, and then we'll let Colin, our brand spanking new bass player who joined the band just a little over a month ago now, I'll let him onto the PIDCAST as well, and we're going to talk shop. Paco's Desperate. It's going to be a good time. And then, of course, Colin is our special guest tonight, so we'll be talking to Colin about all things his journey, his eventual, getting to Paco's Desperate, and from where he was and where he ended up. We'll be talking to him about all that stuff. Of course, we have my good friend, one of the longest tenured members of Paco's Desperate. We also have Cole Bilo here with us as well, lead guitarist for Paco's Desperate. And we'll be talking with him, and he'll also just be participating in the shooting the shit that we go through tonight. I'm excited. This is going to be a good episode. Cole, Colin, how are you guys doing tonight?
What is up? How do I turn it sideways?
Cole, you may have to turn your audio on. You do this by going down to the bottom of the screen, and you'll look for microphone or mute or whatever, and you got to turn your audio on. Dial. You'll want to dial in with your mobile data or your internet. They'll figure it out.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, Colin. How are you doing tonight, man?
Sick. Freshly clean, freshly showered.
Nice.
Apparently too stupid to turn Zoom sideways.
That'll happen to the best of us. I don't know. Zoom is hit or miss. I will be honest. Like, I have Zoom Pro, so we can do the PIDCAST, and it gives me like a lot of extra features, and that's nice. And I can go live on Facebook and record these episodes in Zoom. That's nice. But it is hit or miss. And when we resume season 2 of the PIDCAST down the line, I will make sure that we'll find some sort of more feasible, suitable setup for the PIDCAST down the road. So don't worry. I appreciate everybody who has hung on during the first season while we kind of got our footing, figured out exactly what we want to do, what kind of technology we want to use, what kind of programs we want to use to make sure we get the best quality. Believe me, this has been a learning curve, and I have learned everything about what not to do for podcast. So season 2, much better, promise. So thank you for sticking around and enjoying the first season for all of its flaws and weaknesses, despite all of them. I think Cole finally figured out how to turn his audio on. So Cole, how are you doing tonight, my friend?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you just perfectly, my friend.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I can't complain, man. I've already had a couple Mike's Hard Lemonade, and I'm having a glass of wine now, so it's gonna be a good podcast. I will say that much.
Hope so.
Party time.
Party time. We did give the link out to our drummer Logan as well, so he may or may not join the shenanigans. I'm not sure at the moment whether or not he will, but if I see him pop up in the waiting room, I will for sure let him in to the shenanigans. All right, so let me clear my throat. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Let me go ahead and I know I said that I was going to kind of take my glasses off because of the glare, but I do need them to read the comments, and I'm going to go ahead and check the comments. Andrea says, maybe a Paco video game. I definitely am not opposed to a Paco video game. Citizen has their own video game called Sis Fighter, and so I don't understand
Called Star
why we
Citizen.
couldn't. Well, I mean, why couldn't we have a mobile app? I mean, I have played some pretty sketchy mobile apps on my Android device, and believe me, it can't cost that much money.
You just gotta find the right guy.
Logan says Ellen DeGeneres, and then Andrea said hi in reply. So apparently Logan's got Ellen on his mind.
Me too, Logan.
Seven live viewers currently as we speak. Thank you to all 7 of the live viewers of the PIDCAST tonight. Thank you for supporting independent podcasts and independent music. We appreciate that with all of our hearts. Thank you for that. Colin, I'm gonna start with you, man. Cole, we're definitely not gonna leave you out. We're not gonna ostracize you over there or anything like that. But I do want to talk to Colin first because Colin is obviously the newest member of Paco's Desperate, and I believe quite a bit of people, I'm sure, are wanting to get to know Colin, get to know who Colin is as a person, and what role he's going to play in the new lineup of Paco's Desperate. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Colin, where did music find its way into being an important part of your life? What point of your life, what was that moment where you really realized that music meant something really significant to you?
It's just always kind of been an established thing. I took like piano lessons when I was really young. Like my parents are both music teachers, so it was kind of just like I don't want to say I didn't have a choice, but it was kind of gonna happen regardless. Uh, and so I just kind of like picked which way in music I would go specifically. And I thought bass was cool because it seemed like an easy guitar. So
It's really not though.
one note at a time. So I figured that would be easier to teach myself. So I taught myself that. I played in band in high school. I was a French horn player. I was pretty good. I was pretty all right. Uh, now I like to think I'm a pretty all right bassist, but I've never
Well,
taken any like bass lessons or anything.
well, full
I feel that.
disclosure, this is going to be a full disclosure moment here live on the PIDCAST on Wednesday nights exclusively on Facebook.
Oh boy.
I have taken one formal guitar lesson in my life, and in that one formal guitar lesson, I learned what bar chords were and how to play them.
Oh
That's an
boy.
important
And
lesson.
that was all I needed.
That's
Because
pretty.
after that point, I continued to learn guitar independently without any further lessons. And I'm not saying I'm a good guitar player because I'm honestly like mediocre at best. I'm much more talented as a songwriter than I am an actual guitar player. But in terms of my songwriting, I excel. My playing, though, I'm not fundamentally trained. Cole, are you fundamentally trained? Have you did you
Not
take
one bit.
lessons yourself
Not one bit.
taught? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's what I
I
figured.
ba-
That's what I figured.
I basically spent summers of high school just deep diving into just I would visit websites of different modes, different scales, different chords. I was so interested in different chords, major sevenths, like those weird flamenco type, like if it was different, I liked
Oh yeah,
it.
like Spanish
And I was
guitar.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Just stuff
I
that
keep saying
kind of went against the mold.
literally.
And I was the same way, man. Like my earliest guitar phase, obviously, I was into the blues, I was into the classic rock, I was into the grunge, the Nirvanas, the Green Days, the basic shit. But then I also when I turned 15, I went into getting really into freak folk and Americana. And then when I was 16, it was the Red Hot Chili
Jesus.
Peppers. And when I
Oh
was
boy.
17, it was American football. And when I was
Ah.
18, it was something different. And each year and each era of my guitar playing and learning how to play and stuff, it's been something different, some sort of different, whether it's a style or a technique that's caught my eye and caught my obsession. Colin, how long have you been playing bass now? And what category of bassist would you describe yourself as? Are you more of a complimentary player? Do you see yourself as a standout bassist, someone who maybe noodles around and carries the song with his grooves? How do you view yourself as a bassist? How long have you been playing? And what is it that you think you exactly bringing to the table with Paco's Desperate?
Those are all very good questions. I'm I'm not great at math, so I don't know exactly how long it's been, but I started around 8th grade playing bass.
How old are
And
you now?
21?
22.
22.
No, 22, because Taylor Swift. So I guess since 8th grade. But I think I'm more of a hang back and sort of just kind of hold things
8
down kind of
years.
bassist. 8 years?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
So
I've been playing 9.
Are you saying you're more of a layered, you're more about textures and layers and laying it on versus standing out to the front of the song and being oh, look at me, here I am.
Yeah, I like being an essential structure piece in the sound. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I think Dan was the same way. And I always appreciated that about Dan is that and I appreciate that about you, having played music now with you for a couple of months and playing with Dan for obviously over a year. You both share that mentality of okay, I'm going to do my best to play support here. What parts can I uplift? What parts, do I need to hang back on? What
the
is it
groove comes
exactly?
first.
exactly, the song comes first. That's the number one rule of songwriting, and it's a great mentality, great attitude.
Yeah, when I get a second to noodle around, I'll do it when it feels like musically right. But I see like songs as like an art form, and I don't want to like force my force my influence over the art at any specific point where it might
Cole,
not be appropriate.
What's up?
Thank you for that answer, Colin. I didn't mean to cut you off at all. I just something popped into my head right away, and I was like, oh shit, I want to ask Cole. Cole,
Dude, ask him.
just like me, you played with Dan for over a year with Paco, and now transitioning into playing with Colin. What has that adjustment been like for you? What are you hearing in practice? And what is your vision? What do you see in the outcome of Colin being in the band? Where are things headed? Like, what's your take on stuff?
Like with playing with Dan and then playing with Colin, I realized more how much Dan and all of us as a group really worked for that year plus to like be together and be just naturally in sync and just
that chemistry.
I think that's the hardest thing to get, like bringing any person into a band, because that's just like that's something that you have to build over time. It's something that's learned through practice and experience with. Like, I can't wait to actually play a show with you, Colin.
Oh my God, I can't wait to play a show.
Yeah,
I'm so show deprived.
I can't wait either, man. And I'm starting to see, looking at the news, we're seeing news items now where they're talking about most states are going to have their COVID-19 health restrictions completely lifted by June or July. It looks like the summer is really going to be like almost like a renaissance for live music, because how long has it been since we've been able to play live music or experience live music? And now here the state, is like, okay, we're gonna start lifting the restrictions. The government's like, the pandemic's starting to level out. People are getting their vaccines, doing what they're supposed to. Make sure you get your vaccine as well. We are very pro-vaccine here at Paco's Desperate. But now seeing that happening and shows becoming a realistic probability again. Colin, when's the last time you played a live gig, and do you have any nerves at all? Do you feel like you have any rust to knock off?
I'm a little nervous for sure, but I'm nervous before every show, so that's not new. I think the last gig I played might have been with country bands, which country isn't really my bag, baby,
Right.
I don't know. I'm not really a country guy, but gigs are gigs,
Yeah.
Right.
That was probably over a year, maybe 2 years ago, something like that. It's been a while. So even just since being on stage, probably the most, I don't even know. And like I said, I'm a little nervous, and there might be like a little bit of rust, but like I'm feeling pretty confident I'm feeling like I have the music down, because I feel like most of the time when I'm learning set lists, I'm learning like a bunch of songs that I know like kind of well. And right now I feel like I know like 7 songs that I know really well instead.
Can you name them?
No.
What?
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Wait, name who? The band I was with, or the songs
no,
that I know?
all 7 songs.
Oh man. Is that all public knowledge?
Yeah,
all those things. None of those will be spoilers.
Nothing spoilers, except in terms of the song titles.
Yes.
Well, okay. I know some of the older stuff. You have Opal, right?
Yeah.
Opal. Nope, I don't know that one. Disaster Year. Remnants, Never Home, Always Paco. Oh, who's that handsome fella?
Oh, is someone new? Oh,
Logan has joined.
Oh, it sounds like him.
Wait, 1 second.
Oh, it's his voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, pleased to introduce our band mascot, Mike Twain, the ferret.
Hell yeah.
my God, the ferret.
There
Oh,
he
dude.
is.
Okay, so the story goes that one time at practice, we came across a ferret in Cole's garage, and we named him Mike Twain. Logan actually dropped Mike Twain off at the Humane Society of Sandusky County, where they
Mike
properly
Twain.
took care of Mr. Mike Twain and made sure he got to a good home. But he has kind of become an unofficial mascot of the band.
Why
I
Mike
wanted to
Twain?
I wanted to keep Mike Twain so bad. He was so cute.
I have a ferret cage now.
Dude,
So,
I want a
ladies and
ferret.
gentlemen, for those of you who do not know, down below me here in the stream, we have Logan from Paco's Desperate. He drums and does graphic design, does all sorts of good stuff for the band. Great musician and great musical mind. Logan, thank you for joining us. Wow, this is the first time on 8 episodes of PIDCAST that we've had all 4 members of the band on the show at the same time.
A whole Paco.
We have a
Long
whole
overdue.
pit.
I literally haven't tried since the first episode.
That is true. It was
Well,
a
I
fight
have
to
a
get
new
Cole.
phone now.
But he
I
got
have
a
a
new
new
playing for
phone.
I should
22
take care
years.
of that white in the back. Hold up.
Now, don't get me wrong. Tonight's episode is about Colin. We are talking to Colin tonight about his journey, his background, and his eventual arrival to Paco is Desperate, because Colin, of course, is it replaces Dan, our alumni bassist who left the band obviously after a year. And we want to give Colin the opportunity and the platform to introduce himself to the Paco faithful and to the greater music scene at large. Colin, having played with Paco's Desperate now for it's probably been 5 or 6 weeks now. How are you feeling? What's the vibe like? How are you feeling like you're fitting in? Do you feel like this is a good fit for you? Do you feel like this is a good direction for you to go in? Give me your feedback on what it's been like experiencing Paco's Desperate and joining the band at, filling the shoes essentially of Daniel Sittler, our previous bass player.
Tell us.
It's a bit of like I feel like I have shoes to fill. Like I don't want to say stressful, but it's like a bit of high pressure because it's like there's this EP coming out. And so jumping into it, it's been like a little nerve-wracking to be like, oh, I got to learn this stuff like now, and like have it down to the level of the person that was like in it and wrote all of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is tricky to get at first, but I'm getting good vibes now. I think you guys are good people for me to be around. You seem like my
love you.
types.
We love you,
what's
Colin.
Funny, Colin.
Yeah.
Like
Honestly, it could not have been a
quoted
better
me
replacement for Dan.
almost exactly as like when I first joined, because I joined I want to say 2 weeks before Unraveled came out.
Yeah, roughly.
And I basically had to learn Ryan's part to learn the other part, to learn how to make my own leads out of who wrote the leads for that album, because there was barely any. You did?
Yeah.
If you ever get to see us play it live, you'll get to hear real guitar.
Real emo shit.
Real emo
guitarist.
shit. A real guitarist.
Logan,
It came out so wrong.
Logan, let me jump over to you real quick because we haven't actually had a chance to talk to you really since you jumped on. Now obviously I asked the same question a little bit of Cole earlier. Having Dan gone, Dan playing with us for over a year, from playing in your dreaded friend Kyle's friend's shed to
I totally forgot about Kyle.
to playing a house show in BG directly right before the COVID pandemic hit. And now to having Colin in the band and in the difference, like what has it been like? Has it been an adjustment for you, or are you excited, with Colin now in the band? Like what's that transition been like from Dan to Colin for you?
Wait, like what was the question? Like I don't know, like how is it like how am I coping with the loss of Dan, or is it like how am I excited for the gain of
what has the transition
Colin?
been like from Dan to Colin, Logan?
It's been pretty good. Like there's like a lot, our practices like toward the end were kind of like before Colin joined, our practices were like a lot of a lot of creating, and like with the new guy Colin coming in, it's kind of like a lot of like recreating and like reimagining and like which we kind of needed to be on. We kind of got to just like it's our job now to kind of like brush up on like this. I had to do anyways because like shows are coming back soon anyways, so like we kind of just have to like we all just kind of had to like I feel like we just kind of are like touching base and kind of like just being like like learning these songs essentially, even though does that make sense? Like is that a good answer?
Yes.
Fantastic answer.
Yes.
I'm a little wine drunk. I got like 70% of what you said.
Hey, that's passing.
I'm really
Dude,
hyper.
honestly, if this were
I've
high
been
school,
listening to,
dude, I'm just
Scott.
flying by. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm on my mind, like my ADHD. Oh God. Be
Colin.
cool. Okay.
It's
Colin.
Yeah, that and like I've been
Question-
listening to ska all day, and it's like
Oh hell yeah, ska
I've been
music.
listening to the Mighty Mighty Bosstones since like 5 p.m., bro.
Man,
Yeah.
real big fish all day.
Goldfinger.
got it. Goldfinger.
Colin,
Yes.
question for you, my friend. How did you find out about Paco's Desperate, and what was that? Tell me the story of like how you. I don't want to spoil too much because it's a fun story, and I'll let you tell it.
It is a fun story.
You kind of like became aware of Paco is Desperate because of another incident that occurred with another Toledo band.
Incident sounds like I fought them.
Well,
It sounds like there was an incident where I hit their bassist with my car, and I just happened to have them.
Did it really happen? I don't know. Find out in the next 10 minutes of the PIDCAST. Tell us the story.
Okay, so I'm a delivery driver. I deliver like packages and stuff. Am I allowed to say I work for FedEx?
Yeah.
No.
No. Oh well, shit. I already
No.
just did it. So I like deliver out in the boonies in like east of Toledo, and so to set the stage, I was listening to a documentary. I don't remember what it was called, but it was the documentary about Tom DeLonge starting Blink-182. It was on YouTube, so it was free. So I was listening to it while I delivered. And so I was listening to that, and I pulled up to this one house that I'm delivering to, and I hear some music playing from inside. And I like got out and I was like, huh, they sound like, like just band, that's kind of cool. And I like walked up to the door to like deliver it, and I was like listening to them play, and I was like, they're pretty good, and this isn't like music I've heard before, so I assume this is their original music. And so against my better judgment, I was like, I kind of want to like meet these guys, because I hadn't been involved in any Toledo music scene at all. Like I just moved to Bowling Green last fall from Defiance, but Lima before that. Yeah, but neither of which I've never had any involvement in any of the Toledo music scene.
This is all totally new to you.
Yeah, so I was like, I figure I'll meet somebody in the Toledo music scene, probably at least. And so I like knocked on the door, and they're like, I think their mom came to the door, and I was like, this is gonna sound really weird because I'm like in a FedEx uniform, with like a scanner in my hand, and I'm like, can I meet your kids? Who's making that racket? You know, who's making that noise? I was like, who's making that? And she's like, oh, that's my son and his band. And I was like, can I come in? You're like, she was like, you want to come in and talk to him? And I'm like, I probably shouldn't. So yeah. So I went in there, and I'm just this FedEx guy standing in their doorway while they're practicing. And I was just, they just happened to, their bassist wasn't there. And I was like, oh man, is this one of those, like, you hear about people talk about like fate things,
Yeah.
where like something seems super obvious that you're supposed to do. I was like, I think I should
That's
maybe
some
get
fake
in
shit.
contact with these guys because
Wait.
they appear to.
Was I there?
I
No.
don't think you were there.
No.
I think you would remember it.
No,
I
That's
think
you
the
what
weren't.
only
I'm
people-
saying.
You weren't there.
But-
I promise you weren't there.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was a different band though. This wasn't
Wait.
Paco. This was
Wait, I think I was there though.
no. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was in the basement. You don't remember? Come on.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Oh,
That was
no.
what that noise was coming from.
I knew if I got the whole band on, this is exactly what would happen. Anyway, Colin, go on.
Keep
Dude,
going.
okay. So anyways, I was like, well, like, I play bass, so if you guys know anybody, and I was like, do you want me to like give you my phone number? And so I like gave the drummer my phone number, and then just left and finished my day. And then a couple months later, or I went and jammed with them a few times, but they didn't have like a spot for me. Their bassist is still there and kicking.
Yeah.
They were just feeling me out, seeing, giving me somebody to jam with, which I
Right.
appreciate a lot, because it gave me my chops back a little bit. But then they were like, we'll let you know if anybody, we'll put your name out there, because now they could vouch for me. They'd played with me, they knew I was okay. And so then Paco posted something that was like, hey, anybody know any bassists? And the guitarist from No Luck, I think his name is Andrew, threw my name out there, and we got in contact, and that's how delivering a box got me in a band.
Mm.
And then I gave you a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, hey, Colin.
Hey, buddy, can we practice?
You want to
on
join a
Tuesdays?
band? You want to join an emo band?
I was like, yes,
Emo's a
please.
naughty word.
It was like
No.
that. It was like that time last,
Punk.
like at that one practice where where the male person just kind of walked in the garage, and we're like in the middle of a song. Remember that? We're in the middle of the song, and then we end the song, and like the guy's just like, I need someone to sign for this, and we're just like, oh, we don't live here.
We're just practicing. Yeah, we're just here playing our sad boy shit.
That was some fake shit too, but we just kind of swept it under the rug.
Okay, well, round table. This is a round table question. We'll go ahead and start with Colin, and then we'll move Logan and then Cole. So we'll start Colin, Logan, and then Cole. So obviously.
Wait, what was that order again?
We'll start. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm just messing with you. Go on.
I'm a little wine drunk. What do you want from me?
I'm just messing with you.
Okay, so Colin, Logan, Cole. Colin, Logan, Cole.
Logan, Cole.
That's the order of the question. Okay, so Colin first. Obviously with the pandemic, it's been kind of a whirlwind of emotions and not really exactly, nobody really knows or has known what's been next for the music industry. Joining Paco's Desperate, and even in the short amount of time that you've been in the band, and for Logan and Cole, obviously the longer amount of time that they've been in the band, what are you excited about now that the COVID pandemic is starting to wrap up, is starting to kind of wind down? People are getting their vaccinations, the case rates going down. What are you excited about going forward now, joining a project like Paco is Desperate? And for Cole and Logan, what are you excited about now having Colin in the band, a full set of really talented, dedicated musicians who are ready to throw their all at what's coming next? What are you guys' emotions and mindset going into the release of Glow, our new EP? Colin, I'll start with you.
I think it's such a good time to be joining a band. I think I couldn't have planned a better time to be joining a band than right as a release date and right after a huge pause in the music industry. I can only imagine it's going to be one of the this has got to be the most excited people have been about going to concerts in since concerts, right? Because taking things away from people makes them just want it so bad. So people have got to be.
It's gonna be
so excited,
like a second renaissance of the local scene. I swear to God,
people are gonna go nuts. So it's gonna be any gig you're gonna be at is gonna be exciting. So it's just exciting to be I get to be one of the people that's in the revival, I'm getting on the train right before it's leaving, I actually caught it this time. I'm always late for things.
Speaking of being
that's how I'm
late
feeling.
Logan.
Speaking of being late for things, I'm pregnant.
Logan next. Hold on. We'll go in order.
Wait, I haven't thought about my answer
time.
yet. Let Cole go. Let
Colin
Cole
had
go.
his
I haven't
time.
thought about my
We're
answer.
gonna move over to Logan.
Wait, but it was Colin, Logan, Cole, not Colin, Cole, Logan.
Yeah, exactly.
What was the order for?
Okay, well,
Buddy boy.
what was the question again?
Same.
Dude, I don't know. You're talking about 15 seconds ago, dude.
Dude, that was 8 years ago.
How do you feel? Okay. Now, having been in the band for as long as you have been, and having Colin join the band and become a solid anchor going forward, how do what are your emotions going into the next couple years of the band, as well as the EP coming out? And we just recorded this monster EP with Steven Wartzler. And how are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling we're now equipped to to walk the walk, so to speak. And I'm just ready to be so I want to be sick of it. I want to be so famous. I want people to bother me at Walmart and stuff. I want to have to walk around with sunglasses and a hoodie up and stuff.
Hey, aren't you that dude from that emo band?
And then I'll just be I just wish I had a normal life.
I wish I could just fade into obscurity.
Why is it so hard being famous?
Yeah, that's gold.
Cole.
I also want to be very famous.
You want to be very famous, or you? Okay, elaborate.
Okay, that is a total lie. I'm chill if I don't get famous. I just want to make good music that makes people damn, I don't know what this feeling in my chest is, but
do you experience that feeling in your chest that you speak of when you hear the new EP?
Yes. Every time.
It makes me feel a glowing sensation.
Dude, recording with Steven was the best experience I've ever had in my life.
He really at first, when Steven tells you to do something, there's that instinct in you that's kind of is he crazy? Or
no,
but then
not one bit.
But then
I trusted him 100%.
Well, I'm glad. I'm just saying from my perspective, at first there was that little bit of unease, right? It was should I just like blindly let him do what he should do? And I did, just like you, just like Logan, just like Dan. We just went in with our songs and we gave those songs 100% of what we had. And Steven turned it into a masterpiece, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Mwah.
he really did. Man, I remember waking up
Wow.
early for the first day of lead tracking, and you weren't there yet. It was just me and Steve. And he's like, all right, play me the lead to Glow. And I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I need to get some mixes. And I'm like, harmonic, 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 harmonic.
Dude, that's literally what it is.
Pause, literally. And he's like, all right, can you play something different?
Damn.
I love that lead though.
That lead, dude, that lead makes that song. And the cool thing is that by that time we were done, Steven got that.
Yeah.
He got that lead made the song. He brought that lead front and center in the mix, and it really is like, I know
It's supposed to be felt, not heard.
Right, exactly. You're supposed to feel it in your chest. You're supposed to feel it in your stomach. If you feel it anywhere else, like in your balls or in your dick, contact a doctor, because an erection lasting 4 hours or longer is not normal.
Okay.
Hello?
Um.
I was contacting my doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a cat behind. Oh shit.
We got plenty of cats. I have a cat here in the apartment. I'm actually at my friend Raz's apartment, broadcasting live for the podcast tonight. And
I'm looking for my cat.
She has a cat named Chica. Chica is an absolute sweetheart.
You
Shout
hear
out to
me?
Chica.
Ooh.
Thank you, Chica, for your appearance tonight on the podcast. Colin, is there anything, is there anything that you really want to bring to the table to Paco's Desperate that you maybe feel like Paco doesn't have right now? Is there anything that, practicing with us for 6-7 weeks or however long it's been now, you've just been like, maybe that could be different? What are your thoughts on the sound and like maybe the future of what Paco's Desperate is going to sound like?
I think it's really promising. I think I have a lot to contribute with songwriting. I like to think I have some good ideas for.
Don't get too excited.
Shut the fuck up, Logan.
Yeah, I just I hope I'll be able to like bring a different, like a new sort of flavor into the songs. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
More of an umami sort of flavor, kind of like chicken.
Really?
Yeah, like chicken flavor.
Chicken?
Did you like
My
my cat?
balls.
His name's Greg.
I
My
know,
balls
I'm
are
trying to
kinda
get
itchy.
mine, but all 5 of them are not wanting to pop out.
Isn't he handsome? He's so
He
handsome.
really is.
Sorry,
You know how
my
much he
balls.
cost? He cost $75 at an animal shelter. $75 for all this cute? Ridiculous.
Logan.
Highway robbery.
Yo.
Logan.
Cute. Ryan.
Yo.
I'm gonna put you in charge of the PIDCAST for approximately 45 seconds because I have to urinate. Logan,
Okay.
take over.
Bring
Why
us with
Logan?
you.
All right, this is take us with
So
you. So
Put us
okay,
in the toilet.
yeah, show us.
do you guys want to
Yeah.
see what I picked up for $20 today?
Is it a cat also?
I can't see anything. My phone's glitching out so
I
bad.
wish.
Wait,
He's so tired.
my
Oh, dude.
my phone just freeze
It's
framed
not
on your
bad.
cat.
It's really gunky. All the electronics are ripped out of it. The bridge is off of it. But I
Yeah,
have all
sounds
the
like a
parts.
$20 guitar.
I have all the
Dude.
parts right here.
Dude, I have a story to tell about guitar, but should I wait? Should I wait to tell it until Ryan's back?
No, he's taking a.
All right, okay. Okay. So I was working at a music shop like 2 years ago or something. And sometimes people will just bring instruments into music shops and be like, "Do you guys want this?" And usually it's some piece of shit. Uh, but some dude brought in he just bit me. Some dude brought in the rattiest looking guitar, and it was an acoustic, right? And the belly was bulging on it, and the strings were all falling off, and the bridge was torn, and everything was in bad shape. But it said Gibson on the headstock, and so the dude was like, "Ooh, you want it?" And I was like, "That depends. How much do you want for it?" And he was like, $20, and I was like, "I have 8 smackaroos in my pocket right now." And he said, "Sold." And so I took it. And I looked up the serial number, and the serial number was like 913 or something, like 3 digits, and that was it. And I was like,
Holy shit.
And so I looked it up, and it was a 1932 Gibson acoustic that in good shape would retail for around $3,000 to $4,000 that I paid $8 for. Again, that's if it was in good shape. It was in pretty ratty shape, so I only got 700 out of it. Bummer, right?
Literally. But
It was
still,
awesome, though.
that's a big up.
It was
how
awesome.
bad of shape was it in?
It was really bad. I'll send you the pictures of it at some point.
Oh, dude. Hold on.
Dude,
I gotta put you through the collection real quick because it's right next to my desk.
I think I kept the bridge pins for it. Oops.
All right.
Oops.
This I got this for $20 from somebody's barn. It did not look like this when I first got it. Like I completely restored it.
What is that?
It's a Tiesco.
Tiesca.
Nice. What is that?
It's an old model.
Bar.
There's the Telecaster you'll see me with 90% of the time. I would say that almost everything you hear with me on it is this guitar, but I'd be completely lying because we only used it for one track, and that was Disaster Year. Me and Ryan both used it.
Telecaster is the gentleman's guitar.
Dude, literally. I used this for the Arsonist, the leads. Ryan used his Strat.
Dude, what is that? An ESP?
No, it's an Ibanez.
Ooh.
Ibanez Dio with the played rose. You
That's for
want
the
to know
metal
what's
guy.
cool? Listen.
How's it so loud?
Because I put my thing right next to it.
All right.
And then the
Nice.
last. Well, I got this bassy bass right here.
Is that 6
Is that a
strings?
5-string?
5.
Oh damn! 6 strings would be a lot.
I was right.
And
Yeah.
this
Only posers use 6-string basses.
Yeah, what kind of loser?
then we got this I got for free. This is actually the cheapest guitar I've ever bought because I didn't buy it. It was given.
Is that an Epiphone special too?
Yeah. It's like your guitar.
Oh hell yeah!
And this
That's
is
my
a
favorite
neck
guitar right there.
off
Dude,
the first
I got
guitar.
an Epiphone special too for free too.
Really?
Yeah.
I got one for $200.
Damn. I think that's the most anyone has ever paid for an Epiphone special too.
Literally though.
It's got decent pickups.
I mean,
But
is it the
sounds
same
great.
pickups
Like
that
I
are in
can't
mine?
complain.
Yeah,
It's
you
probably
still
the
gotta
same
send me a
pickups.
picture of it.
What do I look like, a weed scientist?
So with about
Oh, he's
10
back.
minutes.
Whip it out. Whip
left.
it out for the glow. Illuminate.
For glow.
Illuminate.
So
I've
with
seen it,
about
Colin.
10 minutes left in the PIDCAST, I figured we'd dedicate a little bit more time talking with Colin. because he is the new bass player for Paco's Desperate. And of course, everybody's open to join into the discussion. But Colin, is it weird playing someone else's parts?
No. I bet that isn't the answer you expected.
Well,
I don't
tell me about it.
I don't think it's because my whole life thus far has been playing covers. And so it's just kind of playing more covers for the time being. Which I don't
right.
have any problem with. I don't have to, like, I haven't been rushed into being creative. So I can just get my chops up before I start writing things, you know?
I get it.
Yeah. That's how I feel about that.
Hey, I have a question. I've been home. I've been home for like 15 minutes now. I really got to take a piss. Like, can I hang up? Like, would you guys be cool?
Unacceptable.
I really got to piss.
Are we all
so
cool?
bad.
Are we all cool with ending the podcast a little bit early?
Little does everybody know, this is how every practice goes.
I gotta piss. Can we end early?
Dude, I literally
usually I need a
sharted, bro.
cigarette.
I literally sharted, bro. Can we end the podcast early?
I gotta pee.
Bro, you just got back.
And
I
plus,
just
y'all cutting
sharted.
out so bad. My phone, my signal is so bad. But yeah,
That's
goodbye.
because you live in the butt fucking nowhere.
Okay, well, wow. Okay, well, goodbye. All right. Well,
He did say his reception was bad.
We will end this episode. We will end this episode of the PIDCAST early. Colin, thank you so much for being my guest tonight and talking a little bit about your journey and your introduction into the Toledo music scene. Cole, thank you for joining as well for your first PIDCAST appearance. Do you guys have anything left? I'll start with Colin. Do you got anything left to say, my friend?
It has been an honor.
Cole.
I hope to come back on a couple more times. By a couple more times, couple more times. And gang.
Hell yeah, gang.
Yes.
All right, gentlemen. This concludes episode number 8 of the PIDCAST. Thank you for tuning in live. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Peace.